Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 Ways? Chapter 36. Beijing University. Inside the office. Many teachers, including Wang Long, saw that Yi Heng had finally successfully reached the top of the demon refining tower and killed the monsters produced by the fifth order copy. Everyone's expressions began to change, and a deep shock arose in their hearts. It seems that there has never been a single person in the history of the Dragon Kingdom who can. At this age, he must reach the 10th level of the demon refining tower, not to mention that he is still a second-order puppeteer. It's a bit of a shock. That's true, but it's not a bit of a shock, it's a big shock. Humans are not only able to kill monsters across the steps, but also directly cross the third order. It's a demon-like existence. My biggest feeling now is whether this news will be accepted by neighboring countries, as well as some domestic. The Civil Guild learned that it was not good for Yi Heng, and now anyone with a discerning eye can see Yi Heng's value. Maybe there will be an accident tonight. Indeed, now we must not only know the news, other countries must also know now. The college entrance examination full score. Climbing to the 10th floor of the refining demon tower is no small matter. So what's next? Is it just waiting and seeing? Many teachers were shocked, and suddenly thought of such a possibility. That is, if Yi Heng was chased and killed by other countries or some civil guilds because his whereabouts were exposed, he would die halfway. That would be too great for the loss of the entire Dragon Kingdom, and it would be too late for them to regret it. Send someone to Qinglong City now to ensure Yi Heng's safety. You can't wait and see. Wang Long didn't think for long, and immediately issued such an order. To be honest, he had already contacted the largest local guild in Qinglong City when Yi Heng successfully reached the 9th layer, and Yi Heng's safety must be guaranteed. And at any cost. And right now, Yi Heng successfully reached the 10th layer of the demon refining tower. Whether it was the value of the other party or the future potential, there was no need to say more. It was already overflowing, and it was already urgent to protect the other party's successful development. This must be done well. Just after Yi Heng successfully climbed to the top of the demon refining tower as a second-order puppeteer, it caused a lot of turmoil within the Dragon Kingdom or all over the world, for everyone. The news is undoubtedly insane. It's also absolutely surprising. After all, this is definitely the first time that humans have been able to cross the third order to kill monsters. At this moment, even if he is a fool, he knows how powerful it will be to let Yi Heng develop normally in the future. It will also pose a lot of threats to yourself. But even if the whole stormy time, Yi Heng, who had just come out of the demon refining tower, did not care, but prepared the next itinerary for Pain's 6 advanced steps. Soon, Yi Heng took a roadside taxi towards the nearest copy hall nearby, and now he has successfully passed the college entrance examination, and he can be regarded as an adult on the citizen profile, and has obtained a professional certificate issued by the Dragon Kingdom. Next, the copies above the third order have no restrictions on him, and he can choose the copy to enter on his own. Now it only costs to open the entrance to the quest, then basically all the dungeons are open to him. It is definitely good news for Yi Heng. After all, now the materials needed for his Pain 6 advancements need to be exchanged in the quest. If you just go to the guild and use those points and money to exchange, it is estimated that you don't know when it will be. When you successfully advance one of Pain's 6 paths, you don't know when. This kind of efficiency is extremely low, and it can even be said that it is a thankless behavior that Yi Heng will not do. Open the 6 paths with earth formwork. When Yi Heng was about to reach his destination, he directly sank his thoughts into his body, and then a light blue screen appeared in front of him, recording all the materials needed to make the 6 belt earth puppets. 6 paths with soil. Current template materials gathering progress, 0%. Necessary materials for production. 8th Order Warcraft Core, World Boss Core, Ruined Core, Source of Darkness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After successfully crafting the 6 paths of soil, the host will obtain the power of the 2 gods and the power of the 6 paths. Close black lens bracket. Sure enough, the materials needed to make the 6th Order belt soil are absolutely rare. The 8th Order Monster Core, just this one thing. I am currently a little out of line. It is estimated that until all the Pain 6 Dao upgrades are completed, and their own strength is no longer delayed, they will not be eligible to pass the 8th Order copy. Quote. But as long as the sixth order belt soil can be successfully crafted, then I will be able to obtain the power of the two gods, as well as the power of the six realms. This is definitely a huge improvement, and I may be an army by then. Yi Heng looked at the six soil-making templates in front of him, and his heart was very salivating. To be honest, it was the first time he wanted to make a production panel like this. Without a doubt, as long as you can get 6 strip soil formwork, this is simply a super huge improvement. In the future, he can even directly cross the class and enter the strong column of the entire Dragon Kingdom. Quote. About 10 minutes passed. Yi Heng's taxi also successfully arrived at the copy hall, and after paying the fee, Yi Heng just wanted to turn his head and enter the copy hall, but a task reminder box popped up in front of him again. And just after he read the content of the task reminder, his pupils suddenly began to tremble. Open black lens bracket ding dong. The world mission is refreshed, and the host kills the world boss, Lord of Darkness, that appears shortly after, and obtains the filthy Nagato crafting template. Open black lens bracket. Close black lens bracket. Grass. World boss. Lord of Darkness. And as long as you can successfully kill the Lord of Darkness, then you can get the crafting panel of Dirt Nagato. That's cool. After Yi Heng looked at the content displayed on the task prompt box, he suddenly felt a thick surprise in his heart. The Dirt Nagato template, this has all the power of Pain's 6 realms, and has infinite chakra, after being hurt. A strong person who can also recover on his own. You can't make 6 strips of soil in a short time, and it's not bad to be able to make a Dirt Nagato. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? 37. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? Chapter 37. After all, Dirt Nagato, this can be regarded as beyond the existence of Pain's 6 paths, but now I just don't know whether you can get any power after successfully crafting the Dirt Nagato. Filthy body, or the power of the full eye of reincarnation. No matter which one it was enough to make Yi Heng's own strength skyrocket, and even possessed a power far beyond the general career template. Directly above the strongest class template of the same period, no one can beat it. Will the world boss be refreshed soon? Looking at the time provided by the system, it should be 7 days later. I'm going to get ready during this time. As long as the world boss appears, it will definitely attract professionals from neighboring countries to fight together. At that time, you may have to collide with professionals from other countries. After Yi Heng checked the refresh time of the next world boss again, a sense of anticipation suddenly arose in his heart. If you can successfully kill the Lord of Darkness this time, it seems that the materials burst out by the other party can also be used to make 6 strips of soil. At that time, it can be regarded as indirectly alleviating his difficulty in making 6 soil belt class templates. Thinking of this, Yi Heng suddenly gave birth to the determination to take down the Lord of Darkness, the Lord of the boss of this world. As for whether there will be a collision with professionals from other countries at that time, it is not yet the scope of his consideration. After all, now, before the world boss refreshes, it is better to improve your strength step by step and upgrade all the 6 pen Dao to a higher level. When the time comes, the Pain 6 Dao he possesses will be even more powerful. Now, let's enter the 5th order copy and start brushing the level and boss. It's useless to think about other things. Yi Heng did not stand in place for long. He took one last look at the time of the world boss refresh, then stopped paying attention, and then strode into the copy hall. Because Yi Heng passed the teacher's assessment, and the time for the demon refining tower was too fast, it was still early, and the copy hall was full of professionals who were ready to storm the copy and collect materials in exchange for daily expenses. See this. Yi Heng did not waste time walking directly towards one of the 5th order replicas, and after coming to the copy staff, he spoke lightly. 5th order copy, this is the money needed to open the entrance. After Yi Heng finished speaking, he put a bag full of alliance coins in his hand on the staff's table, and then left here without looking back. Although Yi Heng's identity as a 2nd order professional attracted the attention of the staff, but after all, the other party has a professional certificate issued by the state. So the staff didn't pay much attention either. Another little devil who doesn't know the height of the sky and the thickness of the earth, and he has to look at him again. After the staff complained casually, they directly opened the entrance to the copy, and soon Yi Heng crossed into the 5th order copy. The scene in front of him also changed suddenly. The original copy hull with a sea of people suddenly turned into an endless ocean, and Yi Heng was also standing on a small island with a radius of less than 100 meters, and it seemed that any wind and wave could cover the entire island. Not long after he entered, the island was surrounded by a large number of krakens climbing ashore from the ocean. Most of them are hideous, humanoid, and covered with dense scales, which makes people feel a little disgusting just by looking at them. This is the monster produced by the Fifth Order Nightmare copy. Deep Diver. I don't know how difficult it is. Yi Heng looked at the deep diver who was constantly landing on the island with scarlet eyes, and did not give birth to any fear in his heart, but was looking forward to it. He wanted to know the monsters produced in these Fifth Order Nightmare copies. What kind of surprise can it bring, and let him feel it most intuitively? What kind of pressure can the Fifth Order Nightmare copy bring? Although I just successfully made Heavenly Dao Pain. But Yi Heng didn't have any support, and he still threw out the detection technique at the first time, wanting to see how these monsters were. Race. Deep Diver. Strength. 752. Stamina. 778. Agility. 538. Wisdom. 745. Skill. Evil God Believer. Water Element Super Mastery. Black Magic. These are the deep divers. It seems that they are not as powerful as the monster bosses encountered in the 10th layer of the original refining tower. But the combined 4-dimensional attribute has flattened my pain 6 Dao. Quote. It looks like the animal wrote alone. They should do more with less. Quote. To try Heavenly Dao Pain. ... After Yi Heng read the specific information of the deep diver in front of him, he directly released the Heavenly Dao Pain placed in the middle tier storage ring. With a crisp sound, a young man with a pale face and an indifferent expression suddenly appeared in front of him. Shao Organization's uniform was slowly swaying with the sea breeze. After all the surrounding deep divers saw the appearance of Heavenly Dao Pain, the bloodthirsty intention on their faces suddenly retreated, and a thick jealousy began to grow in their eyes. It seemed that this Heavenly Dao Pain in front of them had exceeded their expectations. Shinra Tianzhong and Vientian Tianyan, these two reincarnation eye matching skills are too slow to clear monsters. I need to brush a lot of copy materials in a short time now. In this way, I can upgrade all the 6 ways of pain before the world boss refreshes. Quote. Originally, before Yi Heng learned about the task of killing the world boss, he didn't pay so much attention to the matter of killing the 5th order copy and obtaining monster materials to improve the 6th rank of pain. But now, with the system refresh, and the final reward is actually after the dirt Nagato makes the panel. Yi Heng has already changed his direction and is ready to put improving his strength in the first place now. Strive to perform better after the world boss is refreshed. If that's the case, let's just explode the stars. Yi Heng did not care about the deep diver who was constantly retreating and was preparing to dive into the ocean, but controlled the Heavenly Dao Pain standing in front of him and directly released the Earth Explosion Heavenly Star. This top-notch sealing technique in the Hokage world. Just as his thoughts were transmitted, Heavenly Dao Pain, who was standing in front of him, suddenly closed his hands slightly, and then a small black hole that swallowed all the surrounding light sources suddenly appeared in his hands for some reason. It's tiny. But the surrounding divers all let out ear-piercing screams when they saw it. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? 38. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? Chapter 38. Poof, poof. In the terrified screams of thousands of deep divers nearby, the miniature black hole in the hands of Heavenly Dao Pain began to slowly rise, and soon it had coincided with the huge sun hanging overhead, and in just a moment, the entire copy space seemed to darken. The originally calm sea suddenly began to shake at this moment, and in a blink of an eye, huge waves began to roll up, and a large number of dirt and rocks in the ocean floor began to gather uncontrollably towards the black spot in the sky as if they did not want money. Soon, from a small black ball with a diameter of less than 10 centimeters, it condensed into a huge rock ball with a radius of hundreds of meters, and the terrifying gravity even made the sea water continue to converge, wrapping the giant ball overhead. Roar, roar. The rock balls gathered overhead are expanding, and the gravitational force generated is gradually increasing, and the deep divers who were hiding in the ocean to huddle for warmth have been pulled out of the water and flew towards the sky. This gravitational force is so great that the deep divers are unable to resist at all, Basically the body just fits to the surface of the rock ball, and the next second it will be piled up by more dirt or companion bodies. Almost in a crushing gesture, this copy was passed. About 3 minutes later, under the blazing sun overhead, a huge rock ball was suspended in the air, and at this moment the calm sea had dropped several centimeters. If there were anyone here, it will definitely feel extremely shocking and make people feel shocked. Is this the power of the Earth explosion star? Fifth Order Nightmare Quest. It actually passed so easily. I really didn't expect that. Yi Heng looked at the huge sphere that appeared above his head, and shock also appeared in his eyes. To be honest, he had already guessed the power of the Earth explosion heavenly star, but he never thought that it would be so strong. Almost as soon as he started, the monsters in the entire Fifth Order copy fled the scene like they had seen the god of death. But the result is clear. Any place in the entire quest space is the location of the attack, there is nowhere to escape, and the battle is over in an instant. But this trick can easily not be performed in the Dragon Kingdom. Otherwise, many innocent people may be implicated. Quote. Yi Hengchu attacked slightly. The power caused by the complete end of the Earthburst celestial star, as well as the consequences, should affect half of the city, and professionals below the Fifth Order may be killed instantly. In an instant, let the city be bloodied and corpses strewn all over the field. If it weren't for being in the copy space, Yi Heng wouldn't have released the Earth-exploding heavenly star so unscrupulously. Of course, this is also when Yi Heng's life is not threatened, if at some point, he is surrounded by enemies and there is no way to retreat. I will definitely throw out all the skills at the bottom of the box without any worries. Only when he is safeguarded, Yi Heng may consider the life and death of others. This is human nature, not his virgin. Open black lens bracket ding dong. Congratulations to the host for successfully passing the Fifth Order Nightmare copy, Sea of Deep Divers. Obtain drop materials. Fishman Water Gill X500, Black Magic Crystal X1000, Broken Claw X1000, Fifth Order Monster Core X100, Deep Sea Call Skill Scroll, Sacrificial Exclusive. Total experience, 50,000 points. Overall score, SSS, Additional Reward Concentrated Spirit Reagent. Personal rating, SSS, Extra Bonus Premium Storage Ring X1. Close black lens bracket. It didn't take long for a reminder that this copy had passed in front of Yi Heng, and to be honest, he was not surprised by this. After all, if they hadn't passed the copy yet, then there was really a ghost. It feels a little unrealistic. In addition to the materials dropped on various divers, there are 100 Fifth Order monster cores, and also harvested a deep sea call skill scroll. Quote. So much material. If you sell them all, you can earn at least 10 million Alliance coins. Quote. It's good to be a professional. Don't make so much money in a few minutes, it should be money that ordinary people can't earn in dozens of lifetimes. Quote. Quote. Yi Heng just finished reading the passing prompt given by the system, and a large number of monster drop materials that had been processed appeared directly in front of him, just by looking at the appearance. This must have been dropped from those deep divers just now. In this regard, Yi Heng did not doubt it, but directly used the intermediate storage ring in his hand to collect them all. Because the space in the storage ring is independent, Sapane 6 will not be squeezed out of place because of the addition of these materials. But, indeed, space is starting to run out. If you don't find a new storage ring soon, you should no longer be able to store items. This copy clearance reward actually gave me a concentrated spiritual reagent, as well as a high-level storage ring. What? A bumper harvest. Yi Heng extracted the 2 rewards presented in the copy, and soon a ring with rubies and an egg-yellow test tube appeared in his hand, which was undoubtedly a concentrated spiritual reagent and a high-grade storage ring. Concentrated psychoactive reagent. After swallowing, the number of spirit points will be increased by 50 points. Close black lens bracket. After Yi Heng checked the specific properties of the concentrated spiritual reagent in his hand, his heart was suddenly shocked. The number of spirit points increased by 50 points, which is equivalent to 5 levels in a row. I didn't expect so many. Refreshing. Just this concentrated spiritual reagent in his hand, this Fifth Order copy is already worth the trip. Without the slightest hesitation, Yi Heng directly raised his head and drank the concentrated spiritual reagent, and then he brought the high-grade storage ring to his hand. After finishing all this, Yi Heng walked out of the copy directly. As his figure began to appear, the staff who was originally in charge of opening this copy immediately spoke. Even if you don't pass the copy, the time spent in the copy is short, and the money will not be returned. As soon as the words fell, a puzzled look suddenly appeared on Yi Heng's face. What does that mean? Could it be that the other party thinks that he did not pass the copy, went in for so long, and just ran out with a rolling belt? This is indeed a bit of a contempt. Seeing this, Yi Heng was not ready to get used to it, and directly put the intermediate storage ring in. All the copy materials she just got were placed next to the staff, and she was asked to exchange her for union coins on the spot. What? You passed the 5th order nightmare quest just now? Are you kidding? Quote. Aren't you the 2nd order? The exclamation of the staff caused the people around to look away, knowing that the impact was not good. She immediately lowered her voice and began to exchange all the materials for Yi Heng into alliance coins with a red face. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? 39. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of Pain's 6 ways? Chapter 39. Although the movement was not small, Yi Heng didn't bother to continue to explain, and after taking away the tens of millions of alliance coins that he successfully received from the staff, his expression gradually improved. A large part of the reason why he chose to pass the 5th order copy was to be able to exchange a large amount of alliance coins. Although, at present, there is no sale of 3rd order copy materials in the circulation market of Qinglong City. But there's certainly nothing wrong with keeping money on you. There will definitely be no shortage of places to use in the future. Quote, it's not too late, let's continue to brush copies tomorrow. But I should be considered diligent. Just after the college entrance examination, I came over non-stop to brush the copy, and I felt that I should be given a Model Worker Award. Yi Heng had a smile on his face. Being able to gain so much in a few minutes and get so many rewards made him feel a little fluttery, and now he even wanted a place to relax. But the world boss refresh after 7 days made him idle at all, so it was better to complete all the 6 pain paths as soon as possible. As long as he can successfully kill the Lord of Darkness, he may be able to successfully create Filthy Nagato by then. The more I think about it, the more excited I get. After handling all the formalities, Yi Heng didn't waste any more time, and directly turned around and left the copy hall, ready to take a taxi home. At the same time, just after Yi Heng walked out of the copy hall and got into a nearby taxi, he hid at the surrounding road intersections, among the woods, and even on tall buildings. One after another, someone poked their heads out. They are all hunters from other countries who have just come to the Dragon Country on cross-border flights or through secret means. It is specifically to completely strangle the geniuses that appear in the Dragon Kingdom in the cradle, so that they will never threaten their country in the future. The target has taken a ride. Taxis start returning. When you enter the path, prepare for an attack. Quote. Hunters from all over the world began to speak to the microphone in their hands. He informed that Yi Heng had walked out of the copy hall and took a taxi to prepare for the return journey. For now, according to the plan, they only need to find a sparsely populated place to kill them instantly. Let it disappear into this world forever. The target has been discovered. The strength is around the 2nd order. It should be handled well, so please do your best to kill when you get close to the target. Don't leave a single chance for him to escape. The top attaches great importance to this matter. If you mess up, you will bear the consequences. Okay, now that the target is approaching its destination, please act as soon as possible. With a long sound of electricity, the hunters of various countries who were originally hiding near the copy hall stared at Yi Heng, who was driving towards the distance, and soon all ran towards the front. The successful hunt for him is the most important outcome of the mission. Inside the Black Dragon Guild, Binglangson, who originally looked cold, was sitting in the room quietly smoking, but then the phone ringing at hand. After hearing what was asked on the other end of the phone, there was a noticeable change in expression on her face. That guy, he actually defeated the monster of the 5th order copy. Binglangson said lightly, then extinguished the cigarette in his hand, opened his mobile phone and found the coordinates sent, did not hesitate too much, and drove over. Meanwhile, the guild leaders of the entire Green Dragon City also received a message from the high level of the Dragon Kingdom at the same time, ordering them to leave immediately. Protect Yi Hang. Although the incident happened suddenly, a group chat was temporarily formed, and some people were really a little foggy, and they couldn't help but chat about it in the group. You've all received news from the top. Know who exactly you want to protect next. Could it be through the elite scientists of Qinglong City? I don't know, but I feel that there should be news from the Black Dragon Guild. Quote, the person who protects is called Yi Hang, who served in my guild not long ago. As for why the country, as well as other countries, value it so much, it should be that he himself is a second-order puppeteer, but today he reached the 10th layer of the refining tower. Puppeteer, climb to the top of the 10th floor of the demon refining tower. Doesn't that mean that a second-order professional has killed a fifth-order monster? I'm afraid this is not a joke. This news is a little doubtful of authenticity, but judging from the urine nature of hunters in other countries, it is indeed a special hunt for some young talents in their own countries, but most of them have a powerful career panel, and it is the first time that a puppeteer is wanted. Quote, I didn't expect that today's things would be so tight. The high level let us go overnight. If the hunters from other countries did not dispatch today, I am afraid that they would not have to run for nothing. Sitting in the luxury car, Bing Langson looked at the message that popped up on the mobile phone group chat. Her face did not change much. To be honest, she herself was interested in Yi Hang being able to rely on the puppeteer template. From scratch, the speed of strength improvement is far faster than ordinary people, expressing doubts. But there was no chance to see why he was so strong. If you really want to bump into hunters from various countries today, it is estimated that you have the opportunity to see it. However, the premise is that the other party is not dead before he and the others arrive. At this moment, Yi Hang, who was leaning on the back seat of the taxi, was still bored scrolling through the mobile phone video, and replied to Tang Xiu's text message by the way. As a result, at this time, he suddenly perceived. What? Something strange flashed in his eyes instantly. There is something wrong with the atmosphere. What the hell is going on? Could it be the driver? Yi Hang first looked around, and then focused on the driver in front of him, but just after he used the eye of reincarnation to see that the other party was just an ordinary person. He let his guard down a little, at least now he didn't have to be in the car to break out in battle. But then he put all his attention on the outside of the car. Yi Hang sensed it. He should have been tracked, but who exactly is the person who is tracking? What the strength is, I don't know now. In that case, you can only use the Yuhu freedom technique. Good to use it. Chakra is not needed. Quote. Quote. Yi Hang's hands were sealed, and soon a continuous drizzle began to fall within 100 meters outside the car, and the amount and range of rain must not be compared with heavenly Dao pain. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of pain's 6 ways? 40. Puppet Master is weak. Have you ever heard of pain's 6 ways? Chapter 40. But right now, in this case, there is not much impact, just use the raindrops outside the car to sense the surrounding people. Just after the rain began to drip in the sky, the sound suddenly began to sound in the trees on both sides of the road. Many hunters from various countries hiding in the surrounding areas noticed the strange appearance and began to whisper. This rain is abnormal. Just around that taxi, it looks like it should have been released by that little ghost. Quote. Weather scouting skills. If it weren't for us, many people would ignore it, but this little trick won't save your life. Since he found us, let's strike now. Hands on. Can't wait any longer. Do it all, completely strangle the person named Yi Hang. Quote. Quote. Just after everyone noticed that the raindrops dripping in the sky were abnormal, they were not prepared to continue to hide like this. All of them revealed their figures and began to rush towards Yi Hang's direction. And Yi Hang, who was sitting in a taxi, saw this scene. And not ready to continue the silence. After paying the driver for this time, he jumped out of the window and hid in the surrounding woods. At the same time, the Pain 6 Dao placed in the storage ring was also released by him. Quick, that little devil hid in the woods, can't let him run, now everyone come with me. Can't let him run. If you waste more time, the high level of the Dragon Kingdom may react, and then we will definitely be in danger, and we must take him down as soon as possible. After seeing that Yi Heng had retreated into the forest in front of him, the hunters of various countries also changed their direction and rushed towards the forest. At the same time, Yi Heng, who had successfully jumped the car and ran to the woods, first scattered the 6 ways of pain around, and at the same time, he also covered the entire forest with the Rain Tiger Freedom technique. The purpose is to find out who is tracking him. Why is it being tracked? Who the hell is the person who is following me? Quote. According to my scouting, those people seemed to have reached the 6th order, and it seemed that they should not be those from the Red Lizard Guild. What the hell is going on? Originally, after Yi Heng realized that he was being followed, he immediately thought of a force in his mind, that is, the Red Lizard Guild, which had a conflict of interest with him. At that time, because he took away the control of the 4th order copy in front of the other party, normal people may have some hatred, and if the heart is smaller, it is not impossible to kill people and cross the border. But right now, according to the feedback of the Yuhu Freedom technique, the strength assessment of those who followed him had reached the 6th order, surpassing the various guild leaders in the Qinglong City Guild today. Even stronger than the Black Dragon Guild's Iceland Heart, there are now more 6th order professionals. With such a clear purpose, just to find yourself. What the hell is this for? Yi Heng couldn't figure it out for a while, but he knew that it was probably impossible to be good tonight. If it is serious, it must be bloody. That little ghost is there. I found him, and everyone came over. Just as Yi Heng was standing in place thinking about what to do next, a sound suddenly sounded in his ears, and he looked up to see a middle-aged man about 30 years old, still wearing rare weapons and equipment. The moment the other party saw him, he immediately conveyed the news to the surrounding area, and soon, people rushed over one after another. There were probably dozens of people, and after they appeared again, they immediately surrounded all the positions where Yi Heng could escape, not giving them any chance to escape. Seeing this, Yi Heng didn't think about running away again. After all, he was not prepared to escape from the beginning. I didn't expect it to look like I'm only about 20 years old. I don't know why you offended us, Neon, but as long as it is an order from above, today you will only die. Yes, if you want to blame you for being a dragon country, even if you may have strong potential, as long as you don't really grow up, the future will definitely die. You have no hope, able to escape from here. Quote. A 2nd order professional. I didn't expect that to deal with such a weak person, we also need to be dispatched. The 6th order against the 2nd order, this is simply too bullying, but as long as it is an order from above, we only need to obey it. Quote. In the simple chatter of the few people in front of them, they did not pay any attention to Yi Heng standing in front of him. After all, in their opinion, Yi Heng in front of them was just a 2nd order professional. This strength, not to mention facing a 6th order professional, even if it is facing a 3rd order professional, it is the end of a 2nd kill. As for the 6th order, that's completely impossible to face. At the moment, it seems that the end waiting for Yi Heng is only one death. At the same time, after receiving the high-definition images from the Qinglong City, the high level of the Dragon Kingdom immediately began to beat their chests. Sure enough, these restless things. After eyeing Yi Heng, he actually dispatched dozens of 6th order professionals. What a wolf ambition they are. Although we have done our best to send a team to the rescue, it will take 3 minutes at the earliest. Yi Heng is really dangerous. I didn't expect this to be the result. Quote. Quote. The high level of the Dragon Kingdom suddenly had a sad look on their faces after seeing that Yi Heng had been surrounded by hunters from other countries. For them, the current Yi Heng is the hope of the future Dragon Kingdom. The 2nd order can defeat the 5th order monster, and the future is destined to become a legendary figure. But now he is actually targeted by these hunters from other countries, and the next safety cannot be determined, and this Yi Heng is really dangerous. Isn't the rescue okay yet? The high level of the Dragon Kingdom was anxious like ants on a hot pot, but now they couldn't teleport to the scene, and for now they could only hope that Yi Heng could escape, or be able to hold out until rescue arrived. However, to everyone's surprise, Yi Heng, who was surrounded by groups, did not choose to escape, nor did he choose to continue to entangle with hunters from other countries. Instead, all the 6 pen Dao scattered around were recalled. With several stampedes, the 6th Heavenly Dao Pain, centered on Heavenly Dao Pain, appeared in front of Yi Heng.